Electrostatics. Now in the name, electro means related to charge and statics means at rest. Now electrostatics is a branch of physics which deals with properties of charge at its rest. Now let's discuss about what is charge. Now charge is a property of a particle due to which it can create and experience electric and magnetic forces. Now the SI unit of charge is coulomb, and now the CGS unit is ESU, and 3 into 10 to the power 9 ESU is equals to 1 coulomb. Now the dimension of charge are IT or AT. Now properties of charge. Basically charge is a scalar quantity and there are two types of charges. One is positive charge and one is negative charge. Now the positive charge may be due to proton or may be due to the loss of electron and resulting in higher percentage of proton. So like in helium 2 plus. Now the positive charge is 2 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs because it is deficient by 2 electrons. Hence the positive charge gained over. Now the negative charge means a body has abundance or excessive electrons. That is what is meant by negative charged body. Now when we say charge is quantized, that means charge is always in the integral form of an integer of a charge of an electron, like Q is equals to Ne 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. Now as we all know, like charges repel and unlike charges attract, but charge doesn't depend on velocity and frame of reference. Charge of an isolated system is also conserved and net charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. Now charge at rest can create electric effect only and experience electric force only, while the charge moving with constant velocity can create electric as well as magnetic effects, and it can experience electric as well as magnetic forces. Now charge moving with variable velocity will emit electromagnetic radiation. This is an important point. Charge moving within variable velocity will emit electromagnetic radiation, while charge moving with a constant velocity will create electric as well as magnetic effects, and it can experience electric as well as magnetic forces. Now conductors. Conductors are basically metals generally cases and very large number of free electrons. Conductor are basically metals with a large number of free electrons. Now what are free electrons? Free electrons are responsible for transfer of charge and energy from one point to another. And basically in metals, now the positive charge is basically in center and is lattice. Now in metals, charge will reside on surfaces. And in non-conductor are basically insulators and negligible free electrons. Bad conductor of heat and electricity, its outermost tightly bounded electrons. Basically the electrons in the insulator are tightly bounded and they have high resistance. Charge can stay inside the bulk of an insulator because motion is not given. Now the current is not there but the charges are there. Now there are different methods of charging. Now the different methods of charging are, first is thermionic effect. Thermionic effect means basically charging by heat and the electron is given out. Now the second method is photoelectric effect. Basically light rays are incidented on metal and basically electrons of this much energy frequency are emitted, and basically the higher the frequency, lower is the wavelength. And basically now the metal is now this is the example of thermionic and this is a photoelectric effect. Now field emission. Now in field emission what happens, a highly positive charge is basically close to a metal and negative charges are pulled so tightly that the metal becomes positively charged. Now friction. Now when glass and silk are rubbed together, the free electrons are transferred to silk and glass becomes positively charged. Conduction. Basically, conduction is a method in which a neutral conductor is brought near conductor and they are meant to touch each other. Basically, conduct means conducting, they are conducting, and if identical they will share same charge density. Okay. Induction. In an induction, charge distribution may take place due to, now what happens in induction is charge is induced. For example, there is a plus q charge. Now this plus q charge, what happens is this plus q charge will attract electrons on the surface of this electron, and electron will gather on one side, due to which positive charge will appear on one side because they appear in poles, and basically the force will be there attracting this one, and there will be a force of repulsion, but because the F1 is greater than F2, because the force is inversely proportional. Now the basically non-contact forces are inverse square of inversely proportional to the distance between them. Therefore this force is greater than this force, hence this will be attracted here. So now this becomes charged. Okay. And another method happens is like two neutral conductors are here and basically a charge is placed here. So what happens is one side becomes positive and one side negative. Now similar to induction, but what happens, these two are two separate neutral conductors. Now we will separate them and these two will become separate, hence this will gain positive charge and this will gain negative charge.